Like people will say, "Hey, I'm just honest." You know, people can't handle honesty. It's like, no, that's just rude. It's just rude. I called into a radio show one time, Heidi Frosty and Frank show. The guy was, and Frank was always like thought he was like the cool thing. He'd be like, oh, and blah blah blah. And I go, you know, I just like people that think they're honest but they're rude. Like I just said 30 seconds ago.
You called into a radio station to
Yeah, what a guy. Because I like conflict. I like, yeah. No, I was 80. Shit!
You said that you used the voice work that did animated a bit later. So, in one of the episodes, did you actually announce the birth of your kid?
Yes. Good memory. That kid is going to be 17.
Wow.
Thank you. I feel really old.
Yeah. You feel old. That's on Beavers.
Did you all just decide like, hey, let's announce my kid?
You know, I have to say that the best thing about the shows that I've done is that I've had the coolest creators. So that was Mitch Schauer who created that show, and he was, you know, total family guy. He was excited that we were having a kid. He was there the day I found out we were having the baby. Not he and I were having it. He was there getting the Why? Why not? And so he came up with that idea because he was really happy, and we're just family guys. He's got kids, I had kids, and he was really cool. He still is. He and I did a pilot together for Disney that we did for the shorts program that they didn't pick up because the shorts program was canceled, but it was called Little Man Dan and His Big Fat Hand. And it was about a cartoon kid that was 12 that was born with a live action huge hand. And the hand was more popular than he was. In our first episode, Han is not allowed to go to the dance with him, but Han shows up disguised as a cheerleader. And it was pretty cool. You'll never see it. Yeah, it was all done. They canceled the program for the air.
That's kind of tying along with the last question. You know, you've worked with various other studios, and this particular one with Beavers, you worked with Nickelodeon as a general company there. Not to disclose too much information, but how do you feel is the atmosphere of working with Nickelodeon as opposed to all the other companies you work with?
You know, I really liked working with Nickelodeon because I've done a lot of shows with Nickelodeon, and it's a fun atmosphere. When I first started with Nickelodeon, they hadn't built their studios in Burbank yet, so all of the actual productions were in different areas all over the city, and so they would fly in from New York and they'd have meetings at here's one of our offices here, here's one of our offices there. But once they put it all into this Technicolor place with miniature golf courses and stuff, they built the building in 1999, I think 98. Yeah, right there. And I was at the opening. They had us in a booth. They had Nick Mackay, Norbert, and myself pretending to record an episode. It's like we were a Disney exhibit. Can you sing Yo Ho 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 Pirates Life for me?
Yo ho yo.
I punched Big Mom and loved my dad, and now I am in jail. Rikki can go to hell.
Speaking of your experience in Nickelodeon, in the commentary, Jen says that the building that they built for him was too happy, so they had to cover all of his windows with red cellophane. That's a lie, right?
No. They thought they and he just sort of went, yeah, I guess. And then they did it. And then everything pink everywhere.
Yeah. He's colorblind, we're pretty sure.
Yeah. That was before I got here. So I think it's a legend.
But you were in your own office.
I have my own office. Yeah, that was nice. It was dark. Except that they smelled. It was a dark, smelly cave.
It was a dark, smelly cave. Dogs from the cave, try to sleep. Dogs from the dogs from the cave. But the dark smelly cave is really bigger than cave at home.
What episode do you think actually led to Zim's cancellation? Because a lot of people say it was Dark Harvest.
All of them.
You speak crazy talkers, boy.
Expensive show.
So, and then after a while they noticed.
And our ratings were not great.
Until now.
Until now, exactly. Our ratings were, because they, it wasn't their usual base audience. So our ratings, we premiered the same night as Fairly Odd Parents. And we got rave reviews. We got rave reviews for our show. But Fairly Odd Parents ratings went, and ours just went, yeah.
Do you have any fond memories working on Billy and Mandy?
No, I don't.
Yes, I do. Next question. I have lots of fond memories of Billy and Mandy. One is I got away from that stupid girl for a couple of hours. Well, my favorite thing about Billy and Mandy, that's another great creator I got to work with, Maxwell Adams, who I'm working with on a project called Dead Meat. Gavin is a character that's got two faces. He's a monster that's got two faces. He's like a warlord. And I do both sides of the face. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Are they still doing the Kickstarter for that, or?
All done. He was funded by Kickstarter. It's great. But what I remember is that Maxwell Adams, like if I had an idea and I would pitch it, he would, write it up. So 2 of the episodes that I wrote, one by myself was called Bad News Ghouls. The one where there's a baseball team and Mandy is Manfred, but really doesn't realize that it's Mandy because when she puts on a baseball cap, she's Manfred. And he's, oh, hi, Manfred. And she'd take off her hat and Billy would go, Mandy, baseball is you, girl. Hi, Manfred. I like stuff like that. But the one my wife and I wrote together along with Carl Greenblatt was one called Keeper of the Reaper, which they turned into a half-hour one. But my favorite memory is we did a musical. We did a movie called The Big Boogie Adventures. And we got to sing that song, Scare-yo, I'm skipping a baby down, Scare-yo, I'm skipping my head to go, and I mean, and there was this break in it where it's just like 80s, like, so they hired this like this hairband guy in the 80s to sing the big power ballad. I'm like, wait a minute, Billy should sing that because it's his number and it's that's the big moment of this song. And we'll do it both ways. If we have time, we'll do it. And so time kept going. It was lunchtime, and finally, okay, we'll let you have a shot. Well, now you're lunch, okay. So we get to the like, I'm not scared. I'm just really, really hungry. I want a sandwich. Which I had nothing to do with that's what made it into the show. And that felt right to me. Hey,
Me? Oh yeah, Richard. Out of curiosity, from any of your shows, what do you think are the funniest lines you've ever did? Like ones that were so funny.
From Daggett, I like Muscular Beaver's lines.
Yes.
Whoosh! I like when the mama eagle's trying to teach her kids to fly, and she's like, and he comes up in his wagon. That's no way to fly, citizen. You must put your arms out and say whoosh. Takes the eggs and hurls them off the cliff. That's my favorite moment in David Beaver. Just hurls them off the cliff and the mom has to fly and catch them all. In Billy and Mandy, I had a lot, but my favorite parts of those were and I like pie.
Yes.
And
who doesn't like pie? Yes.
nose.
Yes.
My favorite thing was, and this is what I was talking about Max Adams, let me have like free reign, is that I love that, like one of the things I thought about with Billy is that he couldn't pronounce words, so Pinocchio became, that's no reason to worry, Pinocchio, Pinocchio. I like stuff like that. And then Zim, my favorite is, Grr, why was there bacon in the soup? I slaughtered a this moment that's often overlooked in Invader ZIM, but it was in Career Day when Zim goes to the bathroom and he comes back into the room and he says, my business is done! That's my favorite.
Could you sing some of the Dune song, please?
No.
All right. It's 6 months long.
We got time. Why would you ask? You did a short version. It
Guys like my Hello Kitty Band-Aid?
Yay.
Rikki's my pharmacist. He's my coyote. He's my mule.
I like your shoes.
I don't know why he had to smuggle cough drops in his blood. Those are legal. And Pepto-Bismol. We know why it has it.
Because Richard keeps taking me to McDonald's.
In Invader ZIM, would you do the voiceover like in one room or separately?
So we were all in one studio room, and I was in a separate booth from everyone else because I was really loud. Isolated. And it was lonely because they were all in the room, but I was like,
Remember this, but every once in a while you would gas him. To death. And then
I don't remember that. Oh,
yeah.
it just brought me back
Yeah, that
down.
was great.
And I'd be like,
Never remember.
never remember.